This is a Headgum podcast.
Sasheer.
Hi, Nicole.
We have a guest.
We have one of our good friends, Harvey Guillén, who's best known for 6 seasons of the critically acclaimed, award-nominated FX comedy series, What We Do in the Shadows. And his portrayal has earned 5 Critics' Choice Award nominations for Best Supporting Actor and made history by becoming the first queer Latinx actor to be nominated in this category. Damn. I didn't know that. He's also won 2 Imagen Awards for his work. The 6th and final season of the series premiered on October 2024. Recently, do you want to do it?
Yes, recently,
I heard a
Harvey starred in the Warner Brothers sci-fi thriller Companion. You're so funny in it, with a bunch of other people. Harvey can be seen in Mike Flanagan's adaptation of Stephen King's The Life of Chuck and Disney Plus's Alexander and the Alexander and the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad road trip. Whoa, is that a sequel to his Bad Day?
Yeah.
Whoa,
it's a whole new family.
A whole new family. Oh, Lord.
Now that is bad and terrible.
Harvey.
What went wrong?
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me here, friends. That was a nice
dream.
intro.
Listen, I haven't seen you with highlighted hair.
Yeah.
I like
This
it.
is lovely.
You like it?
Yes.
Okay.
It's cute.
It was for a role, and then I was like, afterwards, like, well, put your hair. No.
Let's see.
Leave it.
I like it. It
Test
really
it out.
brightens you up.
Does it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Yeah?
like it.
It's
Yeah.
nice. I
Okay.
like the whole ensemble.
Yeah, I'm going for this like 70s vibe now.
I like
Ooh,
it.
I like
Yeah.
that.
It's cute.
Okay, I'll do it.
I'll do it. I'll
I'll do
commit.
it. I'll commit.
I'll
I'll
dive
keep
in.
doing it.
All right. Yeah.
Did you just get back in town? I feel like you're in and out of town.
Yeah, I just flew in 2 days ago. I was in Vegas celebrating my friend's birthday. And then before that, I was in New York. I was shooting a pilot. And then before that, I've been away every weekend. Before that, I was in New York, Chicago, Florida,
Oh my gosh.
Utah. And then this is my first weekend back to LA.
Wow,
That's a
diva.
But I never get to see you.
I know.
I was supposed to go to your 4th of July party, remember? It was a little.
But then you were having your own
I know.
4th of July.
I was trying to mix. I was trying to go half and half, and
Yeah.
I even told my friends, I was like, I think I'm gonna go. I was like, it's your party, you can't leave.
Yeah,
your
you can't
party.
just leave.
And you go. It's like, but I want to go see Nicole. I was like, well, then make a choice. I was like,
Either have a party or don't.
Yeah. And you're like, come to the party. There's fruit. And I was like, I can't leave my party.
I know.
There's fruit.
I literally was
Very
like,
enticing.
Truly what Harvey said. There's fruit.
Happy 4th.
And I was like,
There's
I
fruit.
do love fruit.
what I did was like, I wanted to hire street vendors because like what's going on in LA with
Yeah.
ICE and everything. I was like, let's make it where they can come. They don't feel like they're gonna be, fucking chased after or something. So
Yeah.
it was a taco stand, a fruit vendor, churros, like you name it.
Ugh,
Oh, that's
I
wonderful.
do love a churro. That's how I say it, a churro.
That's what I should have said. There's churros.
a churro.
In America, we say churro.
Churros. Are you fluent in Spanish?
Sí.
Oh, yo hablo español un poquito.
¿De veras?
Pero yo trabajo mucho. Yo aprendo videos. I've been trying to watch videos.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to learn from videos.
Oh, con los videos.
Sí.
Sí. And I was talking about Japanese. I speak a little Japanese, so I was wanting to practice my Japanese on you as well.
Konnichiwa.
I mean,
Watashi wa Harvey desu, yoroshiku.
What did you say?
My name is Harvey. Nice to meet you.
That's
great.
Wait, what's Harvey in Japanese?
Harvey this. Like if you say watashi wa, I am, Harvey this, that's like you put this at the end. So if you say Nicole, you say watashi wa Nicole des.
Wow.
Wow.
You are a man of the world.
No, I lived there for like 13 months, so I learned Japanese. Yeah.
That's great.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it was my first gig out of school.
Oh my god.
When I was we won't even name. We went to the same school. We won't even scare.
We won't say
won't
that
say
name.
the name of that school.
Sure
Sure
won't.
won't. Because they'll use this.
They
and,
really will. They
and
really, really
will.
will.
Both of them.
Both of them.
And I wasn't supposed to audition during school, and I was taking like auditions out of Backstage West, and I was like, oh, I want to see if I'm good enough to audition, and I booked it. I booked a job in Japan, and I went to the dean, and basically I was like, I booked it, like turn it down. And I was like, what? But I booked it.
You haven't finished your education.
You haven't finished education. We
Turn
can't
it
use you. I
down.
mean, you can't use you. I mean, we can't use you. And I was like, I think the whole point of taking this school is to like get a job.
Get a job.
And it looks like I got a job.
Yeah. Looks
So
like
I
I'm
left.
leaving.
Yeah, so I'm leaving, arigato. And I was just like, I left. And I was living in Japan for 13 months.
What was the job?
I was doing a theme park there. I was doing Sesame Street Live, Blues Brothers and Wicked.
Whoa,
So at a
that's
theme park, yeah.
I actually auditioned for Tokyo Disney, and that was my plan after I graduated college. And because I had worked at Disney World in Florida during college, I did the college program, and I was like, I'm already in the family.
Yeah, it's good. It's easy.
They know me,
They know me.
They had like a position for a big band jazz singer for their Tokyo Disney show. I had never sung jazz, never worked with a big band.
I'm in.
But I was like, this is me. This is my life. This is gonna be me.
This is who I am.
And I was going to school in Virginia, took a train to New York because the audition was in New York at Ripley Greer Studios.
Oh, Ripley Greer.
And this is my first time out auditioning. People there's like so many green mistakes that I made. Like my headshot was like not stapled to my resume.
Oh,
They
no.
were
Two
different
papers?
size, 2 pieces of paper, different sizes.
Oh, Lord.
I think mine was black and white.
No.
Oh, no.
And there was like
I'm in.
You're hired.
And there was a singing portion and a dancing portion, but I prepared for the dancing portion. So I'm like in yoga pants and like a tank top, and everyone's like dressed in like
dress.
suits and a dress,
Yeah.
skirts, heels,
Jazz.
because they were like ready to sing. Because you sing first, and if they like you, you
Then
stay
you
for
dance.
dancing.
He jumped and said, I'll be ready for
I'll
the
be
dance."
ready. I'm ready.
I know.
I already know I'm going to call back.
So I had to sing in my yoga outfit, and I walked in. I'm like, "Konnichiwa," and they were like,
Oh.
"All right, great." I was like, "I'm
Konnichiwa.
ready."
Konnichiwa. Then sayonara.
And I finished my song, and I think I sang "Open Arms" by Journey, and they were like, "All right, thank you." And I was like, "Oh,
Oh.
that's
Oh,
that's it?
That's it? I go
you.
home.
Do you need me for the next part?" They're like,
Thank
Do you want me to two-step? A box step?
Nothing.
Something?
And I'm
A
just like
waltz?
sobbing in a Forever 21, changing my clothes to go back on the train.
No one talks about those moments too. All those
Yeah.
cry moments in a Forever 21.
Yeah.
The moments I've broken into. Forever
Just
21,
broken down in a
then
Forever
just
21.
Cried. Yeah, no one talks about that because you don't know. No one tells you how to do these
No.
things. when
No,
you're like,
I had no idea.
Yeah.
And I obviously didn't get the job. But.
I mean, sometimes they do at some schools, but they're like, sometimes you leave school and you're like, you never told me how to get an agent.
Yes,
You
yeah.
never told me how to get a job.
No.
You literally went and said, no, that's not a box step. This is a box
Yeah.
step. And I was like, okay, now where do I do the box step? I don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah. You
They
figure it
also don't tell you that an audition is different than a table read that is different than the job.
Right. No one tells you that.
Because you have to be able to do all three things, and they are all wildly
Very
different.
Yeah.
And
'Cause
for
you could-
stage and camera.
Yes.
Totally different.
Yes. I had an audition at Ripley Greer. It was for the touring company of Greece. I cannot sing. And I said, I want to be Rizzo's part, Rizzo in Greece. And I did not bring sheet music with me. And the piano player was like playing a jaunty little tune as I was like, I'm going to sing, I can't remember, Rockin' Robin. And
Tweet.
tweet, 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 tweet. And they were like, where's your sheet music? And I was like, I don't have sheet music. And then this man played angry chords and went, what do you sing along with? What is music made of? Sheet music. He like,
Oh my God.
screamed at
Claws
me.
growing.
And then the producers were like, or whoever the casting director was like, oh, we'll just let you sing. We'll just
Stop.
Oh my goodness.
And then I sang poorly.
Yeah.
And then had to freak out in a Foot Locker.
I feel like you were set up because I had this horrible drama teacher in high school who was like, we should audition for, the whole class should go audition for this musical at the St. Gabriel Civic Auditorium. And we're like, what do we need? They're like, nothing, just show up. And it was like set up for failure. The night before, he tells us, oh, did you guys get your headshots? And we're like, what's a headshot?
Oh, no.
And he was like, it's okay, just draw it.
Just draw
These high school
it.
students draw their faces. They're like, it'll stand out. And I was like, is this what happens?
They try to
And
embarrass
he did. He was very much like, this man was a terrible, terrible person. He was spending a lot of time with the female students.
Oh,
and,
no.
yeah. And it was very terrible. But he was like, you should draw yourself. And we're like, okay. I was the only one who did it. And so I showed up to this audition for Annie. Not even the right audition. Majority is female girls.
Yes, who would you play in
Who
Annie?
would I play in Annie as a 16-year-old boy? And I show up and I'm like, here you go. And they're like, oh. wow, that's good.
Harvey, that is so funny.
And so vile that like he set me up and then like right before I went in, I was like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yep, I'm sure." And his smirk on his face, I was like, "Wow, he's grinning more than he usually does."
Oh my gosh.
And I went in and I did the whole thing and no sheet music. I showed up and I was like, "Sheet music? They're like, what are you singing?" And they go, "That's okay. Why don't you sing Happy Birthday?" Why don't you sing Happy Birthday? He should sing Happy Birthday.
He should sing
Happy Birthday.
This is wild.
Oh, wow. They're really liking me. And I'm like, "Happy birthday to, oh, yeah. Yeah. Aw."
Oh, my.
And I walked down, I'm like, I think it went well.
I think I nailed it. I think I'm going to be Daddy Warbucks.
I think I'm in, guys.
Or Punjab.
And
I think I got it.
Why not? I think I'm Annie. Annie. And if you know me, you know that I loved Annie. That's how I fell in love with musical theater. Watch this. I wanted to be a part of it, not knowing there was nothing I could play in it.
Yeah.
I walked out and he was there. He's like, "How'd you do?" And I was like, "I think it went okay. They let me sing Happy Birthday, blah, blah." And it was like, excellent. He just had
let
this
me
look on
sing
his face.
Happy
He's
Birthday.
like, I scarred him.
I literally put it all together and I was like, "You're a bad man.
Yes.
Like, you're an evil, evil man." And then it's like, "Well, you got to learn somehow." I was like, "But you're my teacher.
You
have
have to learn somehow. Teach me.
And you set me up for failure. You wanted me to fall on my face."
Yeah.
And then I was like, I knew then I was like, you can't trust him.
No.
And they did not. But also, looking back, I was like, wow, my first audition, no headshot, no music, no sheet music. And then they were nice enough to let me like go through with it.
Yeah.
Funny part is that one of the choreographers was John Vaughn, who later on taught it at college, that remembered.
Oh gosh.
Then I was like, "I don't remember. I remember." And I was like, "So who put you up to that?" And I was like, "Well, I got stories."
I got a story.
Yeah.
It was this teacher.
I can't believe it to this day. I drew my face.
That's
with a
iconic.
crayon, not even with like a pencil.
With crayon. I'm
Crayons.
obsessed. That is truly so funny. I had another audition after that audition. It was for a play. And I went to the audition. I had a monologue from Neil Abute's Fat Pig. And I walked in and the casting director was so young looking. And I was like, "Wow, you look young. How'd you get this job?" That's not what you say to anybody. And she was turned off immediately. And I said a couple more things that turned her off even more. And she's like, "How about you just do your monologue?" And I said, "Okay." And then I did it and like welled up with tears. It was really good. And she went, "That was actually very good, minus everything you did beforehand."
No, she said that?
Uh-huh. And she was like, "Just a tip, don't talk." And I was like,
Oh, gosh.
I don't
And
think I
then
got
this. Ripped up. Wait, but it was a backhanded compliment because you did a
No, you
really
did
good
good
job
job.
in the
Yes.
monologue. But then now no one told
Now
you
I
not
know.
to say those things. before.
Don't talk. And
Yeah.
then I did not audition for a very long time. I said, I'm going to work at Lane Bryant for the rest of my life.
Oh.
No one talks about these things. I'm glad we're talking about this.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like a therapy session.
Yeah.
It is.
Let's all draw our faces.
And sing happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
to you.
But why did you sing it like Marilyn Monroe?
Yeah.
I was like 16 years old going, "Happy birthday, Mr. President."
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, if only that teacher could see you now.
my
He
God.
probably does.
No, he probably does.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
I had a
He's
show
like-
choir teacher who didn't like me and would like
Speak.
have it out for me. Like I tried to go out for the president. Like you can be a co-president of the group and
The choir.
of the choir.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I, was a good student. Like the community liked me. Everyone's like, "Yeah, that makes sense. We're going to vote for you." And usually we vote in person, put it in a bucket, and she counts off the votes, and that's the person who
Like in
is
front of
gonna-
everyone.
In front of everyone.
Oh.
The year I ran was the first year it was a closed count.
No.
Wow.
No.
And she's like,
Recount.
Yeah,
She's like,
Recount.
everyone
Recount.
out of the room. She counted it by
No,
herself.
because she saw the numbers were already rolling in.
Whoa.
And she was like, it goes to somebody else. And I was like, that's so strange. And she's like,
I would have gone to the middle and be like, "Everyone, hands up if you
Yes,
voted for
hands
me.
up if you voted
hands up
for
for me right now."
Or show me the count.
show me the
Yeah.
count. But she
Wow.
also was like, because this person will be working closely with me, I also get
A final vote.
a final vote. And she didn't want to work with me.
Whoa.
And people don't understand. There's those relationships in high school that people are like, my teacher hated me. Oh, you're just exaggerating.
Yeah, but it's like, no, my teacher
happens.
hated me.
Yeah.
And then you're not fearful of the bully at school. You're fearful of the teacher at
Yes.
school. And like
Horrible.
anything you do will be like they'll take it like not good enough. It's the same. I copied off her page and she got an A and I got an
I got an F, and I
but I
copied,
saw your
and
name
you
on it.
didn't catch me.
This was a test.
Senior year, we did Godspell, and the musical director was this blonde woman, homely looking, and she
And I told her.
and I told her to her face, I said, "Bitch, you look homely." But she didn't like me. She didn't like that I was not a singer, and I had gotten Turn Back, Oh Man in Godspell. And because it was my senior year, I was funny and well-liked within the drama group. And I remember our first rehearsal, I was like singing and like put like a character spin on it. And she was like, "That's not it. Don't do that. You're not singing the notes. You're not." And I was like, "Oh." So she
But I'm
like,
selling the character.
yes.
Yeah.
And then on that tape, ooh, baby, she is selling that character. I sat on many daddy's laps. Sang Turn Back, Oh Man with a feather boa. In hindsight, she should have stopped me.
Yeah.
That's what she
You
should have
made a
stopped.
point. You made a good point.
But I said, I'm going to do me.
Yeah.
You could police me during rehearsals, but not during the performance.
Yes.
And I crushed.
See? And you're a senior. You were like, people forget that like you worked, you pay your dues.
Yes,
Yeah.
And,
I
like,
paid my dues.
I also after that school, I went to the school where they didn't give you a lead role until your like third or fourth year or your last year.
As a rule?
As a rule. And so I was a freshman auditioning for something, and the kid who'd been there for 3 years, we were going up in front of everyone, like voting again. I do my bit, like my monologue. He does the exact same monologue. People laughing hysterically. I was like, I got this in the bag. And at the end, he's like, it goes to him. And I was like, and even he was like, it goes to me.
I did that.
Yeah.
Nobody laughed. Nobody liked
I
it.
liked
What?
his
Yeah, I voted for him. And I looked at everyone, and everyone was like, what? And I was like, what kind of BS is this?
Yes.
And they used to assign dressing rooms, like, you know, we had a Christmas show that ran for like 22 performances in December. So they used to assign the dressing rooms, but there wasn't enough spaces for everyone. And so if you were a senior, you got first pick, second, whatever. And since I was a freshman, there was no space for me. I had to get ready in the shower. And so my dressing room was, I put my coat hanger on the shower head because none of these boys showered after show. They were all just disgusting.
stinky, yeah.
And so my dressing room was the shower in the bathroom. So kids would just walk by to urinate and shit and then come back, and I was just in the shower, like the dressing room. And then one time the director came in and was peeing, and he was just, I could just hear the trick going. He goes, "You know, if you just stay with us, you are going to get a lead." Just don't do that. And I was like getting ready, and he was just silent, like. And he's like, "You know, if you stay with the program, you will get a lead. I know that doesn't seem like it right now, shh, but you will get a lead." And I was just like, "Thank you for those words."
Thank you for those words of encouragement.
That feels like a scene out of a movie
That
where
is
it's like
very funny.
to show how like unliked the character is.
Yes.
Like, you should be like, "Oh, get ready in the shower."
Exactly. And he knew that was the rule, so they weren't like hazing me or anything, but that was tradition.
Yeah.
And he knew that there was always a kid in there, and it was happened to be me because I came late
always
to
a
the
kid in
program. I
there.
was freshman, and he knew that someone was in there, and it was me. And I think he was a nice teacher, and he hated the fact that I was being put through these, like, you know, because I was a freshman, and he knew that the talent was there, but he couldn't give me a role until later. And I was like, that makes no sense. In the real world, no one cares that
Nobody
you went to
gives
school.
a shit.
No one gives a shit. If you're the best person for the job,
Yes,
you get the job. And in this made-up world of academia, people are like, you pay your dues. And I was like, where?
That never
That
happens.
never happens
Yeah.
in the real world. No.
Yeah.
High school's such horseshit.
Yeah.
They tried to keep me there.
They said, "Lock the doors."
They tried.
They tried to keep me there.
They did.
With accusations of grades, attendance.
Yes, attendance. Nobody told me if you missed X amount of days, you don't graduate. So I had
Yeah.
missed too many days. And
What's
they
too
called,
many?
I think it was like 14 days.
Oh my God.
That feels like that's not too many.
That's what,
That's-
2 weeks.
That's a winter break.
Right?
Yeah.
But then they called me down to the office and they're like, "You're not graduating."
That's sad.
And I said, "I will be graduating. You will let me out of here. You cannot keep me here." And then Ms. Ernst, the lovely lady who worked in the office, she was like, "Okay." I like screamed, or not screamed, I just argued enough that she was like, "Fine, I'll just erase 7 of those days. You literally just can't miss any more school." So
That was nice of her.
it was very, very kind of her. So I would continue to cut class, but I would pop in and be
be
like,
seen.
"I am here.
I'm here, but I won't stay.
I won't
Yeah.
stay.
I'm going to
hear
leave.
that one.
I won't stay." And I remember Ms. DeMarco,
Loophole.
my senior year, would be like, "You have to." And I'm like, No, I'm here.
I
I
showed
don't want to read Beowulf. I will be back at some point.
Yeah. And I'm here, though.
But I'm here. So you can't mark me. You cannot mark me as absent.
And you graduated.
I did.
Wow.
I sure did.
There you go. School was crazy.
It's
Well,
wild.
that's crazy. Let's take a break. We're working on segues and transitions.
That was perfect.
Thank you so much.
Let's take
School's right. Let's take a break.
School's crazy.
Sponsored in part by Azusa Pacific.
Take a break.
Who's the commercial insert right now? Azusa
We don't-
Pacific. Get your degree at Azusa Pacific. Sponsored in part.
Persona Nutrition delivers science-backed, personalized vitamin packs that make daily wellness simple and convenient in just minutes. You get a plan tailored to your health goals, no clutter, no guesswork, just grab-and-go packs designed by experts. Your vitamins come in convenient daily packs for morning, evening, and honk-shoe bedtime. No more clutter, no more guesswork. Get a personalized supplement plan in just minutes with Persona's free online assessment. With your subscription, you get unlimited free nutritionist consultations, which are included in your plan, so you're never on your own. Daily packs are delivered right to your door, making it easy to stay consistent with your health goals. And I'm excited to get my free nutritionist consultation because I don't know if I'm taking the right vitamins, so I'm going to do that. So they go, you're not taking the right vitamins because I don't take vitamins. So I'm going to get on a nice regimen. Is that what a word I can say? A regimen, a plan. I'm going to get on a plan with my vitamins. Go to personanutrition.com/bestfriends today to take the free assessment and get your personalized daily vitamin packs. And for an exclusive offer, get 40% off your first order. That's personanutrition.com/bestfriends. Take the free assessment now. We're back. Harvey, do you have a best friend?
I have a best friend. I have several best friends. That's weird to say. My best friends have been my friends since third grade.
Oh, wow.
So I have like Tyler Bowie, who was my friend since third grade. Romana Macedo, who is my friend since third grade, and now does my makeup for all my events. She's a makeup artist.
I love that.
Romy, and then Adriana Ortega, who's my other best friend. But I also have really close. I always think friendships are like who's at your like a wedding cake. Like at the top, it's usually like you and your partner, right? And usually your partner is supposed to be like your best friend, and that sometimes is true. I hope that sometimes that's all the time is true, but sometimes they're not. You know? But sometimes you're like, I could be a partner with you, but I also need my own like bestie. And then after that, the cake tier, there's a little bit of a medium cake, so you can have more really good friends. But there's not a lot of space in those groups. So you're very selective of who's in that tier. And as the tier widens in the bottom, you can have acquaintances, you know, and then you can have like distance friends, you know, people that you're like, I see them once every 5 years or something. But the tier of cake of friendship, the taller it is, like that's like that, the more close you are, you know?
I like that.
That's a great analogy.
It is.
Yeah.
It also feels like that's what the cake should represent.
Yes.
Like, here's my community.
Yeah.
Yes.
It starts off with this, and this is the person I'm spending the rest of my life with. And then
Yeah.
everything is a family friendship, and it grows and grows.
Wow.
At your wedding, you spent $100,000 on
It's
figurines
a
of everybody
cake.
in your life.
And if we have little figurines of those people.
Somebody shows the wedding, like, I don't see
I
myself.
don't see myself. And it's like,
that's weird.
oh, well, you were invited, so.
But yeah, I do have really good friends. They don't do anything with the industry, which is great. So I always joke, like, I'll be walking with Romy or somebody, and somebody comes up for an autograph, and she couldn't be faced. She's like, we have to go, let's go. Like, we have to go to a movie or something, you know?
Yeah.
She doesn't, like, nothing. I could come home with an Oscar, and they'd be like, oh, that's cool. Are we getting tired or whatever? Like, it has nothing to
like
do.
that.
You know, because, you know, working in the industry, sometimes people become friends for the wrong reasons.
Yes.
And then start dating you for the wrong reasons. I feel like in the last couple of years, I've gotten people who, out of the woodwork, been like, we should go out for drinks. And it's like, I think we talked like 5 years ago, and you were not interested at all.
Why are
Like,
you
now
all
I
of a
am.
sudden interested?
Now I am.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay. Yeah, so there's that like level of now being alert for friendships and stuff. Yeah.
I have some friends who aren't in the industry, and they're exactly like your friends, where they're just like, you're just Nicole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll take a picture for this person, but like it's ultimately it's just like my friend Evan. He'll take a picture for me, and then as like we walk away, he's like, "Did do you remember when you fell down in the middle of the street
Yeah.
because you were drunk?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah, you have to be more specific.
Yeah.
He's like,
Come at any time.
he's like, it's just so funny that these people don't know that part
Yeah.
of you, but like you.
Yeah. Or something they want to get it out of the way. They're like, I'll take it. Come on, let's go. I'll take it. Because they want to.
Yes.
Let's move it along.
Because also you're spending time with them. I know, like, when I'm with my
Yes.
family, like, my sister's really good about, like, we don't get a lot of time with my family as it is because it's a big family and to coordinate everyone's schedule. So if we are together and it's like we're at Disneyland or something, someone comes a picture, she'll be the one's like, he's with his family. And she'll mean it.
Which is great. I love your sister.
Yeah.
She is a boss. Like,
You met her. It's like
she's
you.
great. I
Yeah.
love her.
Yeah.
But I love being friends with Sasheer because we started at the same time and have been able to like celebrate wins.
Yeah.
I remember one of the first jobs you booked was a Verizon commercial.
Yeah.
And I remember you told me, and I was on a bus, and I was like, wow, my friend's going to be Verizon. And I was like, if everybody on this bus could just know the talent that's in this phone that texted me. I was so elated.
The driver, keep it down sign.
Yeah.
No
It's like, oh my
No
God, stop
talking.
talking.
Yeah.
No cheering for your
No-
friends. No cheering for your friends.
I use T-Mobile.
Yeah. I don't give a shit about Verizon.
Oh my God. But it's kind of fun to be like, you know, you start off on the same level and friends and like you cheer on with each other. I feel like those friends that cheer you on, like I think we met on a set.
Yes.
You know, but when you meet someone that you like, we get each other and you're like, I like it. And so sure, we met also as well, like, you know, through friends. And like, we're just like, when I meet good people, it's always nice to be like, oh, we're gonna talk. This is gonna be like a hi, like Hollywood friend, you know what I mean? Like hi, like, and then so next time you see each other, how you been? Oh, I went to, you catch up on the things that happened between the last time you saw each other, as opposed to there's people in the industry, you're like, how you going? Good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or they're
yeah,
like
it's
looking
like, don't
past
actually
you.
care.
You don't go further than that. It's like, you good.
Yeah, I remember
That's
when
it.
I first met you, I was like, boy, oh boy,
Hubba.
delightful. I think like one of our first conversations, I was like, you want to know what production did? And you were like, I want to know what production did. And I was like immediately talking shit. It was delightful. And then on one of the, we shot this movie, I guess 3 years ago at this point.
We shot this movie in like a span of like a month, and it was out in a month and a half. It was in the summer, and it needed to be out on film on TV, Comedy
on
Central,
streaming
by the 1st of October.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And we wrapped August 1st.
Yes,
Like-
with lots of COVID scares.
Oh,
lots
yeah.
of,
Wow.
But one of the last days we shot, you were like, Red Lobster's near. Should we order Red Lobster?
And it
we
was not
ordered
near.
$200 worth of Red Lobster.
But also, I was joking because Red Lobster was not. We were shooting at the Disney farm in the middle of nowhere, and the road ended in a field, like where it says "You are here, we are not." And so I was like, Red Lobster. We showed her Red Lobster, and the poor Red Lobster guy driving in a dirt road in the middle of nowhere because I just put a drop, whatever,
Just a pin.
and he's like, and it's like circles, like spinning in circles on the things. Like he's here, but he doesn't know where he's going. And the guy's like spinning, and then finally he finds us. He finds these trailers in the middle of the woods.
Is it?
And,
Oh, I'm
like,
gonna get murdered.
Kinda, and he shows up and his car's covered in dust because he's gone through like a dirt road, and he goes like, "Hey, for Harvey,"
And we were like, Red Lobster.
and then there was biscuits for everyone. We were, like giving,
Biscuits for everyone.
We were throwing biscuits to the crew because at that point I think we didn't like what the food was being for
No.
lunch. And at that point we're like, we don't have to.
We don't have to eat this.
We could just
can
order
it.
And then we ordered a lobster, and it was a feast of shrimp snatchatory.
I ate so much shrimp.
So much shrimp.
And then my costume was a flannel shirt, heavy jeans, and Doc Marten boots, and then I had like
And the claws.
claws and a tail attached to me, and then I was like full of shrimp, and I was like, I don't feel
no.
good. It's so hot.
Oh my god.
Oh no, I should
It
not
was
have
summer.
done
It was
this.
the hottest day in the valley, so I don't
my
feel
God.
good. And her nails were like, well, at least pat your head. I can't. Like, her nails were like so long. Budget cuts. They didn't get the ones that were clipped off. They were like, this ones had to be glued on.
Yeah,
every time.
it
So
was.
she couldn't like unbutton her shirt. She couldn't even fix her hair. She couldn't do her makeup. She'd poke her eye out. She'd be like this.
Oh my gosh.
And you couldn't even tie your shoe. Like it was just like
Yeah,
it
people had
was-
to like just help me, so I would just like sit, and people would be like, "Do you need things?" And I'm like, "No."
I could tell
No.
when she had it because usually Nicole, you know, being who she has a personality is just like lovely and whatnot. But if she goes silent for too long and doesn't have a remark or even a joke or a laughter, and she's like this, and I was like, "You good?" And she's all, and she looked like just looked a side look, and I was like, leave her alone.
Everyone leave her alone, leave her
Do not
alone.
talk to her, and just put vents on her. Like, it was just like so hot, but we made it.
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
That actually was fun. The director was great.
The director was great, Laura
She
Murphy.
was great, Laura. Yeah, and then the cast was really good.
It was really fun.
It was really fun.
And then watching it, I was like, oh, damn, this came together.
They better. They had to whip it up in 4 weeks and
Truly.
have it out on TV.
So wild.
I've never done a movie that quick.
Me either.
Yeah, that was a return. Kathy Griffin's first return to
Yep,
TV
yep,
and
yep.
film. Yeah, a lot of people.
nice.
Yeah.
That's how we met. And then, yeah, we've been friends ever since.
Yeah.
Cute. I like that.
What tier am I on the cake?
You're a pretty high tier.
Thank
I mean,
you.
I would
I
say you
think
both
you're
are
a pretty
pretty
high
high
tier
tier,
for
yeah.
me, too.
It's for me. It's like good people. So I have like my, and then I have like my school friends and the tier of like people that I like to interact with like normally. And then after that, the tier gets pretty big. So those are the people that I'm like, it's my cousin's friend. You know what I mean? So the two top tiers are the ones that like I kind of circle around. And that's the ones that I always circle and that, come to a 4th of July party. Like those are the groups.
Come for
that-
fruit.
Come for fruit. And then after that, because I always think that, there's no need to, I don't like having enemies, I don't like, but not because, oh my God, but I think it takes more energy to be mad at someone all the time.
That's what my mom used to say. She said it took more energy to frown than it does to smile. And if you really think about it, if you frown for enough time, you're
Yeah.
like, I'm exhausted. But if you're just
exhausted.
smiling,
It makes it better. Yeah. And so I don't like that. Even when the world or gives you a reason to have an enemy, I'm just like, I'm going to choose to not and be cool with it. And you're not at the top of the tier, that's for sure.
No.
But you're definitely not, the top 3 layers. But if I know you, just keep it civil. You're not a friend, but you're definitely like, the crumbs
yes.
of the cake.
You're on the plate,
You're
maybe.
You're on the plate. I know you.
Yeah,
you know,
I
I'm like,
know
you're part of
you.
the cake. I don't hate you. You're just crumbs.
You're just crumbs. That is such a funny insult. You know what you are? You're crumbs.
It's like, wow,
You're
actually.
crumbs to
crumbs.
me.
You're
That's
crumbs.
your crumbs.
You're crumbs to
You
me.
crummy bitch. They're like, what is
Oh my God.
happening?
How did you get in my room?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So when you were working at the theme park in Tokyo,
Osaka.
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 Osaka. Is that where your love of like Disney came from? Because you love Disney.
No, I've loved Disney because I was born in Orange County. And so, like, from a very young age, from my apartment, we lived on the 3rd floor, I could see the fireworks every night. But we couldn't afford to go to Disney. So I remember being little, and my dream was to go to Disney. I felt like it was aspirational. Like, the kids on TV. And remember, like, there was around the time where, like, TGI, Thank God It's Friday lineup on ABC, where every single family on those shows went to
Disney.
Disneyland.
It's true.
Because it was in their contract. They're all ABC. And so they were like, you have to promote. It's cross-promoting the parks. And I thought, are we the only family that doesn't go to Disney?
Every
Even
family
on
goes to
TV,
Disney.
Everyone,
go to
Family Matters
Disney.
went to Disney,
Yeah.
like Step by Step, Full House. They all went to
Yeah.
Disney, and I was like, everyone goes to Disney. But I can only see Disney through TV, and so
Yeah.
and through my window I could see the fireworks. And so I always wanted to go. And then when I was actually old enough to go, and when my mom and dad took me as a surprise, I would nag them. They finally took me when I was like 6, and that was the one time I went, and I did not go. It was so expensive to go to Disneyland, and I did not go until I was in elementary school. I was 11 years old, and I won a contest to go to Disney. And the only reason I entered the contest was to go to Disneyland.
Yeah.
They're like, 2 tickets to Disneyland, the top ball. I'll be here. I'll do it. And I did whatever it took, but I won the contest.
What was the contest? What did you have to
It
do?
was like writing a script for Christmas.
Wow.
And I think it was me and Albert Sotelo. We wrote and we won this contest. And
They used our script.
They used our script, and now it's
And-
optioned out at Apple. Like, it's really weird.
And now it's the Santa Claus starring Tim Allen. I almost said Tim Curry, and I was like, that's wrong.
But I didn't care. I made this so like ridiculous script, and I was just like, it has to stand out, and it did. And then we went to Disneyland with Mr. Bruce, our teacher. He like took us. He didn't want to be there. He was like falling asleep on the screen. He was like, but he was a lovely, lovely teacher. And yeah, so that was the second time I went, and after that, I was like, I want to go back to Disney all the time, and I love Disney. So then I ended up working for Disney, as one does.
As one does.
As one does, and yeah, since then I've kind of like recurred Disney. I went to Disney yesterday.
Yeah, you're always at Disney. I went to Disney with you, and it was delightful.
Yes.
I wanna go to
I
Disney
had
with
a
you
nice
guys.
time.
Let's go.
All right.
Yeah.
It was nice. Although we did have a guide, and the guide was shaming me at one point because I was like, I want a picture with Pluto. And she was like, where's Pluto? And I was like, over there. And she's like, Goofy. And I was like, okay. Okay. She's like, where did you grow up that you don't understand who the Disney characters are? And I was like, in New Jersey. movie. I don't know. I went to Disney World, the one in Florida, when I was 6. All of the pictures there, I'm like,
Not having it.
not because it was hot.
Yeah.
They made me walk.
Yeah.
My dad was like, we're going to all the different parks. He had like a mission. And then I was like, we can't just sit for a minute. And then I remember my mother being like, the water is so expensive. And then I just started parroting that. I was like, the water here is even expensive. And I was so
Quoting your
mad.
mom.
Yeah, I feel like you're like role reversal. Like, I feel
Yeah.
like parents are usually like, it's so expensive, it's too hot. Can we just sit down for a minute?
Nope, that was me at 6 years old. And then we went again when I was like, maybe it was middle school, and I had my hair in braids, and we went for spring break. And
hot. It's
we
so hot.
drove from New Jersey to Florida
wow.
because my parents like to pretend that we didn't have money. Growing up, I was like, we're destitute. But we were at Disney, so we weren't.
Right.
But yeah, I just remember being like, when will this cooler life end? We just had to eat everything out of coolers. I hated it.
Poor Nicole.
hated
The
it.
struggle.
I hated it. And then we didn't get to eat anything in the park. We had to eat sandwiches out of bags, out of Ziploc bags, and my mother would wash in the Best Western bathroom to put inside out to reuse the next day for more sandwiches.
These bags.
These
These Ziploc reusable bags. You wake up from a nightmare. Bags. Nicole, are you okay? You're saying bags again.
It was a nightmare.
But that's how you keep your money, you know?
Yeah, they're resourceful. I mean, I
Yeah.
get it. My mom would like make like tortas and like, you know, because just getting the tickets was expensive. We didn't buy. The first time we went to Disneyland, I thought we were going to get like cotton candy, lollipops, all the goodies. And she's like, aquí está la torta. Like, it's like, you can have she made sandwiches.
Yeah.
And she brought like canned soda. She brought water bottles. She brought a backpack with stuff. That was resourceful. Back then, I was like, that's not what happens on Family Matters. That's not what happens on Full House.
I love that you came full circle to understanding it, and I'm still mad about it.
Yeah,
I'm
me and my
still
therapist have talked about it, and I've just come to
furious.
conclusion like, I get it now. I understand you. Those Ziploc bags.
I just couldn't believe she was washing them in the bathroom. My God.
Oh, do you do that now as an adult? Do you ever recycle bags?
She's like, I'm going to use every bag once. Not even
Kind of.
once. I just burn it.
No.
Breakthrough.
You kind of. I like if something touches the inside of the bag, I'm like, dirty. Like, I go the opposite way.
Yeah.
Like things that my mother
In
did growing
spite.
up, I'm like, I'm gonna do it in spite of you. Because I'm petty.
Okay. Steps, baby steps. So anyways, to answer your question, my favorite color is blue.
Is it blue?
It is. I like blue and teal, turquoise, those colors.
Okay. Mine's
Water,
purple.
like water. Yes, I knew that about you.
I love purple. What is your favorite color again?
I think gold.
Yes.
I love gold.
Yeah. So
Or
they're all nice
burgundy.
colors. Put them together, and what do you get? Bippity boppity.
I was really trying to figure it out. I was like, mud.
What?
You get a real muddy
You
color.
mix them together.
Yeah, mud.
Kind of like a violet.
Well, I guess turquoise and blue and purple would make probably like a darker purple. But if you mix gold with that, I think that makes
Yellow.
brown.
Brown. Okay.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous, stunning. We love brown.
Love it. You seem like you're thinking of a question that you're about to.
I was like, how do I bring it back to friendship? But I wanted to ask you about, you wore this look to the Met Gala because you
Oh
did
my God.
interviews? Or were
Yes,
you-
I went to the Met Gala. I went for E, and that's so funny that you just said that because yesterday I was talking to someone about this. So while I was we both dated someone with the same name, not the same person.
My God.
Uh,
Two little devils.
Two little devils. And then, unbeknownst to me, while I was at the Met Gala doing all this, they were talking to someone else, and someone just brought this up yesterday. They're like, "Do you know that the guy that they're dating now wore your outfit from the Met Gala the year after you did?" And I was like, "What?" And they show me a picture. I won't tell you who it is, but I can show you.
I can't wait to see this.
But like literally, this is a conversation I just had. This is so
That's
funny
so
that you brought this
crazy.
back. in
That's
because
so wild.
I know. I'm gonna show you a picture, but we have to like black out their eyes or something.
Black
this is-
out their
this is-
eyes.
this is-
This is
Make
my
them
photo
look like
shoot,
a
right?
demon.
That's my photo shoot. This is my photo shoot with
Because
that
it's a Siriano,
outfit.
right?
Yeah, and then this is my
It's
photo shoot,
stunning.
and then this is their photo shoot.
Wow.
Wow.
And I
We
was
have to black out their eyes. is
That's-
wild.
I know. A friend pointed that out to me, and I was like, I didn't even realize that. And then it trickled down. You find out who your friends are.
Sure do.
Because after we broke up, months later, I found out that this person they were talking to secretly, we shared the same publicist, and they were like, "Hey, I wanted to tell you something." When I was walking on the carpet and I was holding their phone, your current partner was sending them inappropriate pictures, and they were zooming. I was like, "Why is it? Who texting?" Oh my god!
Wow.
And it was like happening in real time.
Wow.
I know.
And then wore your look a year later. Obsessed much?
I mean,
I love this publicist too.
I know.
Yeah,
Being
me
like,
too.
just heads
Messy.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
heads
yeah.
up. And at first I was like,
Ugh.
that's going back to like, I don't want any drama with anybody. So I just like, I could have been like, yeah, that's an asshole move. That's really dirty. But I was just like, you know what? I wish you the day you deserve.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I like that.
Ooh.
I
People
really
always
like
say,
that.
wish people the best. But I wish you the day you
I
deserve.
wish you the day
And
you
if you did
deserve.
good, then you're going to have a great
Yeah.
day. But if you did something you're not happy about, you're going to get, and that's not
Karma's
on
gonna
me.
come. Just
That's saying.
That's what you deserve.
I wish you the day you deserve.
like that.
And actually was a quote that my publicist said. She's like, don't wish them well. Wish them the day they deserve.
Oh, I
Nice.
love
I like
that.
that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Shout out to Allah.
Yes.
But I just brought it up because I just love the looks you turn during award season.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. You always look so, like, I'll be on Instagram and be like, oh, my diva looks so good.
Thank you.
Do you plan with the designer or do you?
Well, for the longest time, no one would dress me because I wanted to dress like a big guy. Like I would literally like go to designers like, we don't have samples in that size. And I was like, well, that's not fair because clothes should be for everyone, not just for like a size 0, And no one would design, no one wanted to work with you, no stylists actually. For the longest time, I styled myself, and up until pretty recently, I still did,
Yeah.
And so I went to Christian Siriano because that year the Puss in Boots film was nominated for an Academy Award, and I was like, I want to wear my Oscar outfit. I wanted you to be you. And he's like, girl, I don't do men's lineup or outfits. And I was like, but he had done Billy Porter. And he's like, well, that's different because that was more like a gown turned into a tuxedo and blah, blah. And I was like, okay, well, can we find a happy? And it's like, girl. And I was like, please. And I literally said, how about this? You do it once, and if it's not good, then we never do it again. So he does it. And I was like, my view for that, or vision was, imagine someone going to an event in the 1920s, but wearing their dad's Gilded Age outfit. So the hair is 1920s, but he's wearing his dad's vintage coat from the Gilded Age, like 30 years prior.
I like that.
And so that's what my outfit was for the Oscars. So I told him that's what my vision was. He's like, okay. So he whipped this up, and it was beautiful. This like open coat, like Gilded Age coat, tuxedo, like, shirt, and then my hair like finger wave like the 1920s. And then he told me that it got more like press than like the dress. Like he made like 22 dresses for the Oscar that year. But it got more press, like Vogue in Europe and Vogue here, and like all these like outlets picked it up. And then after that, like he was like, okay, fine. And then the next year, he had a men's line at his fashion show.
Wow.
And I was front row, and he invited me front row. And then I was like, I can't help to think that I helped a little bit. Shut the fuck up.
So funny. No, a little bit.
kind
He
of,
owes you
yes.
some royalty and a percentage of the sales, diva.
And he's been really wonderful and lovely. And since then, now he has a men's line because people were calling him saying, I'm getting married. I want something like Harvey Guillén wore to the Oscars.
That's amazing.
So an outfit for their wedding is replicated from the Oscars.
I
outfit.
love that.
Isn't that cool?
Honestly, I think that's like, it's a very cool story for you, and like just like you inspired this, but I think it's also really like cool for other people to hear, to be like, just be persistent.
Yeah.
Like if you're persistent, maybe something will work
Yeah.
out in your favor.
Totally.
And not only did it work out in your favor, it worked out for other fucking
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
Because now
have
he's making
access.
outfits that, men of every size can wear and ask and be tailored and like whatnot. So that's a big step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Especially
I
because there's not a
love
lot of
that.
like options, first of all, for full figure people, but especially for men. At least with women, you do have some stores you can go to.
Yes.
There's no stores that men can go to except for the big and tall, and like the those are just like a screen t-shirt. And not nothing against them, but like it's just like I can't go there to pick up an outfit that I might wear to a formal.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, here you want this potato sack or you want these jeans,
Yeah.
And it's just like, I was looking for something more dressed up. Well, this has buttons. And it's like,
This has buttons.
There's a collar on this.
It's got buttons.
this got buttons. And it was like, I was looking for a little more, elevated. Okay.
You want more than buttons?
Yeah. Wait.
Weird.
You're big, right? Like, it's like,
It's like, no,
Yeah,
I know.
I don't even have
Mirrors
buttons.
everywhere.
you're pushing it with buttons already. Like, you're pushing it with buttons. And so it makes me feel good that, like, we are moving in the right direction. And he just did like a coffee table book of all the looks that he's done for, the industry and whatnot. and I'm like center in it, and so it's like the whole section
Oh
is
my
really
gosh,
cool.
I love
that
that.
is so cool.
And this will happen within the last like 3-4 years. It wasn't like
Yeah.
in the making of like, oh, it's been a decade working on this. It's like only in the last couple of years, which is kind of cool to look at in the how we're moving.
I wonder if
forward.
I'm in the coffee table book.
You think you are? Right? I think
I
you
hope
are.
so.
I hope so.
Your dress got a whole
My
lot
purple
of...
dress is on
Yeah,
tour.
I think you
Yeah.
are. Yeah.
It's the only Siriano I was not allowed to keep.
Yeah.
It's on tour.
I wasn't able to keep the pink one.
Yeah, because
Let's get them back.
Let's get them back and steal
them.
to rob him.
It's a heist.
Mr. Planet. He's touring with the outfits, and it's a display somewhere right now.
Yeah, I don't know where it is now. I want it back so bad.
That's a really beautiful
It's
dress. Well, all the dresses.
all the dresses
yeah,
are stunning,
they're
but
stunning.
that one in particular, it is my favorite color, purple.
Yeah, it's so good.
Oh,
Of course, that's the one you
goodness.
can't keep.
Yes,
Yeah.
but the other ones I have. Oh, sometimes I just put them on and I go, I'm pretty. Should we take a break?
Let's take a break.
Dress up break.
And we're back.
I have a question. Kind of going off of what we were just talking about, like your instinct to like be persistent and ask for what you want or like speak up for what you believe, like this vision that you have. Not everyone has that. Like that's not an innate like
It's not a
feeling.
natural inkling.
Yeah. Do you feel like you have always been like that, or did you learn that at some point?
I think I've always been like that, but along the way, other people's opinions and expectations and standards for me is what clouded my vision, because for the longest time I knew what I wanted, but it was other people saying like, well, you can't have that. And it was other people. I remember being in high school and having my guidance counselor be like, I'm going to be an actor. What's your plan B? I was like, I don't have one. You need to have one. And I was like, I don't have one. And he goes like, I'm telling you, I've seen, yes, you're funny, blah, blah, you need a plan B. I remember that moment, I was like, no, because success is my only option, failure is not. And in that moment, it's knowing that in my back of my head, because people always, because they know that it's a hard road, but also just because you're trying to put into my head that like, I don't want you to get hurt. I don't want you to, then let me make the choice. Let me get hurt on my own. Don't already diminish my dreams ahead of time. If it's going to happen that way, it'll dissolve naturally. I don't need you to do it for me. And also, you don't know what the future holds. And also, just because it didn't work for you doesn't mean that it's not going to work for me.
Truly.
I'm a different person, different life, different approach to things. So I remember being young and like being told that things were, I just always lived in this like possibility. Like I was very optimistic to the point of being really annoying. Like I would be like, I grew up watching like Pollyanna, like the Disney movie, where she was over the top, like, just positive. And like I was like, that's a good way of looking at things. And then when she breaks her spine and can't walk, I was like, oh, that was tough. But like, oh, that's tough. Like, I don't know how you can get out of that one. But then even then, that's when she had moved everyone in the town so much that they rallied around her and they were optimistic for her. And I was like, that's good. See, because she was good. And so I just remember thinking that as a kid. And as I got older, a counselor who was telling me that, and directors who were telling me, like, what are you going to do about the weight? And I was like, I think that's another business. Like, what am I going to do with And he's like, well, you could be a leading man. I was like, I can and I will be. And it's like, if you was like, no, I can and I will be. In whatever body and vessel I am at that moment, it was meant to be. Whether I gain weight, whether I lose weight, because, weight fluctuates up and down. So I don't need you to tell me I need to look a certain way. So Hollywood tried to make me feel that I needed to fit this mold. And for a while, I was trying to, because I was like, I'm not getting auditions. I'm not getting calls. What am I doing wrong? I was trying to fit a mold. And then I realized I don't need to fit into a mold, because each and every one of us is our own mold. That's why you stand out. That's why you are a celebrity. That's why you're a star, because there's no one like you. And so why are we trying to fit someone else's mold? You are the mold. And so for me, once I realized that, things shifted. I was booking more, because if you look at my resume, my career has been things that I was never written for. All the roles that I've gotten were wild cards. This was written for 6'2", blonde, blue-eyed, 6-pack.
Wow.
And so when you look at Guillermo, was written for someone 20 years older than I am.
Oh,
really?
Yeah. And so roles that were never written for me, I go in and they're like, they like you, but you're the wild card. They like you, but you're on standby.
Yeah.
And eventually they go through everyone else and they're like, why is he on standby? He's the only one we all voted unanimously that we liked. And then they change their mind.
Wow.
So it's about going to the room. And like I always want to book the role, obviously, but I want to book the room.
Yes.
So when you walk in, even if you don't get the part, if I walk out and the cast is like, oh my God, this is not right for you, but I'm going to look for something for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Book
That's
the
a win.
room, and that's a
Absolutely.
win. And I walk out, I might not get that role, but they will keep me in mind for things. And that's the way that I've looked at my career. I'm like, yeah, there's cast members who are like, I don't know if you remember this. 5 years ago, you came in, and it wasn't the right role for you, but I've been waiting for something that I'm like, that is a good role for you. And here we are.
That's amazing.
I love that.
Yeah.
But also telling a kid, like, what's your plan B? You wouldn't say that to a like a kid who's like, I want to be a doctor.
Yeah, you wouldn't discourage someone from being a doctor or a lawyer, but
Yeah.
it's something with the arts.
Yes.
When we want to do the arts, people are like, what's your plan B? And meanwhile, like, Cindy's like, I want to be a doctor. You go, Cindy.
And it's like, Cindy, you're dumb as hell.
Cindy,
Cindy,
you're not the
let's
grades, but you
get
go.
real.
You get a knife in your hand and you start cutting. You
get
do
a
it,
knife in
Cindy.
your hand.
You get it.
You just start sawing
start-
people open, Cindy.
What about me? I like the arts. I want to be a... No.
What's your plan
That's a
B?
risk.
Butcher? You want to be a butcher? It's just like, it was crazy to think that it's other people who fill our minds. Like, you know, I think when we think about being kids and your imagination was wild, like anything was possible. And then something happens when we get older that people step on that. And they step on that idea of like, grow up. Like you can't you can't have this imagination of anything's possible. And it's like, why not?
Yeah.
People do it every day. It's just like
Yeah.
the people who do it and succeed at it, we're like, look at them. Good for them. You
Yes.
know?
I was
Why
like,
can't
but
it be
you
good for you?
could do the same
Yeah, you
thing.
have to
Same
start
thing.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Right. And yes, this business is like fickle, like the highs are high and the lows are low. And so for everything you see me like book and you're like, oh my God, you're killing it. You don't see the 30 things I didn't book,
Right.
you know? And you don't see the things that I got so close to that was like, oh my God, I really wanted that. And then for some reason I didn't. And then I look back, I'm like, it was never meant for me.
Yeah.
And it's
Yep.
fine. Sometimes I look at projects that I really wanted and then I see the outcome. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm glad I was
Yeah,
not in
thank
that.
goodness.
And then sometimes you're like going to projects, you're like, I don't know, this could be, or you take a project just because of the people that you know is going to be attached. Like when I knew that Nicole was doing the movie, I was like, you know what? I haven't worked with Nicole. I know it's going to be a good time. And it was. I would follow my instinct. And even though those were situations that we could have been like, I'm done. We're out of here.
Yes.
We stuck with it
Yeah.
because of the people, I think, that we were like, at least we're together.
At least we're together. At
in the
least we're having
trenches.
fun.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, one of the best parts about being an actor is like, you get to have fun every day.
Yeah.
It is nice.
Like, sure, maybe production's doing wild shit, and you're like, why are we doing this? Why are we spending 2 hours on this light setup
Yeah.
for this scene that's 2 minutes
And they cut
long?
the scene out.
And the
Yeah.
scene's not even in it, but it's like, I don't know, I get to like hang out and like hee,
Yeah.
ha, ha, ha with nice people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's actually, it's never lost on me that like, that is like a luxury of being in this industry, that it's like you get to work with friends, and even though the days are long, and you never want to be walking in the hall at 4 a.m. and something you don't like, you know? So those days that turn long turn into like, you know, sleepovers with
Yeah.
friends. And so you have a good time. And at 4, we were doing a scene in a bedroom at 4 a.m. and they wouldn't get the scene done, but we're just laying down. And I think we were like, Nicole said, I was like, I'm about to fall asleep for real.
I was like, good night,
It's like,
everybody.
"Good night, everyone." And at one point, I think, because it was like a slow burning scene and everyone was talking, and then eventually I think got to your line and you were like, oh,
I was like, did not hear action.
I told you.
Zoopsies.
But those are fun moments that you're like, you know, not everyone gets to live those. You know,
true.
and being on set and making friends you know,
Yeah.
forever. And adding people to the tier.
Yeah, I like that. If I didn't work in the industry, I would probably work at a Waffle House because I feel like they have real fellowship and like real friendship and they fight together. And
Literally, they'll go to fight. With
I like that. I think that's like really bonding.
Sponsored in part.
You know, sponsored in part by
Waffle
Waffle
House.
House.
Speaking of the family that fights together.
A family that fights together stays together. Have you ever had a friend like do something dirty to you and you're like, I don't like that. You're off the tier. You're now a crumb.
Yeah, I did have a friend years ago that was like, they were dealing with a lot of stuff, like family and whatnot, but they started taking like things out on our friends and whatnot, and accusing people of things. And like, I think we were planning like a trip or something, a group trip, and I group text everyone and included their current like partner in the group text, like, hey guys, blah, blah. And the text was like, what are you doing? And I was like, what do you mean? Why is he in the group chat? And I was like, because it's dangerous, he's coming to the thing. If you want to convey something to them, text me and I'll let them know.
Ooh.
And I was like, first of all, I'm not trying to get with that.
Yeah, that's your
Also,
own.
it's a group text.
It's a group text.
Yeah.
And also, being a gatekeeper of like, I will talk to them. No one talks to him unless you go. And I was like, that already was like, that's weird.
So strange.
That's so strange. And also, I was like, if you're accusing me of something in a group text of trying to do something with someone that you're currently dating, then you don't see me as a friend. You see,
Yeah.
And then I maybe not be seeing you as a friend. Are we being clear on what you're saying to me?
Yeah.
And they were like, just text me and I will deal. And then I was like, I don't need to text him and I don't need to text you.
Yeah.
You're both out of the group text.
Yeah. Oh, that poor partner.
Yeah.
They were
Sorry,
like,
you
what's
can't be my
going
friend
on?
either.
Yeah.
What's happening?
And years went by, and then later they realized that they had been really, rough, and like there was no need for that. And they try to get the other friends in our group to be like, he wants to talk and say sorry. That's okay.
Yeah, because that's like a really
okay,
wild accusation.
For me, it's a vile accusation.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I don't have the energy to hang out with my friends when I have the time, because I'm like literally running around. So when you start taking away time from our friendship, together time, what am I saying? Like togetherness?
No, friendship together time.
Friendship time.
Friendship together time.
It means that you're just making it worse for our friendship because you're not enjoying the time we do have together.
Yeah, you're making it that much harder for me to hang out with you. So I don't want that.
So then I don't want that. And so we stopped being friends. And that was years ago. And actually, that's around the time when I just started like letting go of crumbs. Because if you're trying to put this cake together with crumbs, they're crumbs. They're no longer cohesive with the molding of the cake.
It's a crumb cake.
It's a crumb cake, and it's going to fall apart again.
Yes.
As much as you try to put it back on, it's going to fall apart. They're crumbs.
Yeah.
And so the second you wipe your hands and say, no, focus on the tier that's already fixed. It's stable. It's strong. Focus on that.
Yeah.
So you don't have any cake pop friends where you've gathered the crumbs, taken some frosting.
Oh boy.
And,
All right.
and made the friendship better and stuck a little stick in them.
No, I'm not sticking any sticks into any crumbs, pops, and cake pops. Okay.
I also don't really have any cake pop friends either. I did recently reconnect with someone who was in my life who then left my life, and we hung out, and I was like, I now really fully understand why you're not in my life.
Yeah.
You are negative to a degree that really bummed me out. And it was just nice to have that clarity to be like, I'm not crazy. This person was sucking energy from me, and I don't need that.
Yeah, and you forget sometimes when people miss you, but you don't miss them. That means that someone was giving more to this friendship
Definitely.
than the other person.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And when people say, I miss you, and I'm like, that's funny. Because I don't miss me feeling like shit around you.
Yeah.
Or I don't feel being drained.
Yeah.
And that's so funny because that person will circle around to get their fix of and I've always grown up being an optimistic and being kind of an empath in that way. People are drawn to that. To a fault, it's sometimes you meet people who need that in their relationship with a partner, even with an ex that was, finding out that they were a covert narcissist. I had no idea because I was just you don't understand, they have a hard life. I mean, justifications for their mood swings or their actions and the way they treat you. And then eventually you're like, no, that's not right. And actually being separated from that makes you see it clearer. I'm like, oh, you need me because you need someone like me who's going to be, optimistic.
Who's just going to give and give.
And the thing is, with narcissists that, you can never stop giving because they'll never stop taking.
Yeah.
So they're never going to say, that's enough, I've taken enough. They're always going to be like, keep going. More. And the second you're drained, you're like, I can't do this. It's so draining.
Yeah.
And with friendships.
It's like you're a chicken trying to make the eggs and they're stealing your eggs.
Yeah.
What are these analogies? What's that?
You can't even fully form a chicken egg, and then they just put it in there and they grab
and
it.
then the chicken eats the cake pop,
and
then the
They're stealing the eggs
what
before
came
they're
first,
even
the cake
out
pop
of
or
you.
the chick? What came first?
I don't know. I just it was in my brain, and I wanted to say it
wanted to
out
get it
loud.
out?
Just wanted to get it out.
I actually probably applied this on the episode 20 minutes ago. Just like a chicken.
What? Both of us. And then the egg. Why were you going into the chicken?
We don't go in the chicken to get the egg.
How is this egg?
They're trying to get the eggs before it's fully departed.
And then aborts the egg, and it just
the
and then just drips. And
then they're scrambling your eggs before you have a chance to say I don't want
and now
it
the
scrambled.
cake pop all over the chicken egg, and then me. Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Sometimes you're filled with analogies, and you want to get them out. You never have one of those moods where you're like, Here's
I'm
the-
gonna stick
filled
with
with
the cake one.
analogies.
I'm gonna stick with the cake one and then run with that one.
Okay, it was just you kept returning to it. It was just so great.
You're like, I
And-
really
and-
wanted
and
one.
I was like, maybe I'll get one too. Chickens stealing their eggs.
Just like that. I agree. Just like that.
Just like
That, yeah. But it's true, yeah. And then with friendships, it's even harder because you do want to believe that your friends are your friends for a reason that you attract, but then sometimes it's toxic and you don't need to be in that friendship anymore. And it's okay to let go of it, you know?
Yes.
And we grow. We're not the same person we were yesterday that we are today and that we're going to be tomorrow. So people also evolve and just grow separate, or you become friends who know they're going to be friends forever, you know?
Did you know, allegedly, you're a different person every 7 years because you shed your particles or something?
Your cells change. Your cells
There you go.
regenerate.
I think that's
And
the
then-
one.
Would you say particles?
Yeah, your particles.
But yes, yeah, you are a whole different person
particles are
every 7 years.
Okay. That makes sense, though.
Yeah.
Because every 7 years, you look back, you're like, are you friends with the people that you were friends 7 years? Maybe.
Yeah.
Some of them. And if they are, that means that they're going to stick around because you're meant to be friends.
Yeah, I was thinking, I was like, yeah, I was way different from like 7 to 14. And then
Well,
from
that's-
14
yeah,
to
that's
21.
puberty.
And then 21 to 28. And then,
just ages.
And then not sure about after that math. You know, the farmer's taking the eggs before
the
you're
egg
ready
grows, and then-
to give them the egg.
That's the best one.
Yeah.
What's the nicest thing you've done for a friend?
What's the nicest thing? I don't know if I consider things. This is nice for my friend. I do things and then
That feel good.
They feel good, and then maybe sometime later people are like, "That was really nice of you," you know.
Well, then I'll reverse it. What's the nicest thing a friend's done for you?
I feel like a lot. I feel like being there. The nicest thing some friends have been. I'm a very I solve things on my own. I'm a Taurus. Not that I'm really into
Me
like,
too.
signs, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm very much like, I don't ask for help. I usually tend to be like, I'll fix it, you know?
Yeah.
And so when friends see that I'm like, it's okay, you know, it's like, no, I'll take care of it. I'm like, no, it's okay. You don't have to do everything yourself. And so those are the nice moments because I don't have to ask for something. It's when they can sense that they're like, it's okay. We're going to spread this out and we're going to help you out with this. And even if it's talking or taking over something or overwhelmed with like something in an event or, you know, or whatever, it's nice to like have those friends who can sense that. But the nicest thing I've done for a friend, I don't know if it's like, I don't know. There's things that I've done that felt right in the moment, and then later, was like that is a nice thing. But I don't see it as like tit for tat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I'm a generous person, so like sometimes, like, you know, it's a friend because we're all different who can't like afford to go somewhere for like what we're doing a group friends trip or something.
Yeah.
And then we're like, happy birthday, I got your ticket. You know, so stuff like that.
That's nice.
Where it's like there's no reason to be excluded in the friendship thing because that year was a financial difference for one of us in the group, or you know, or if you've been blessed enough to have a really successful year, then you should share that.
Definitely.
The nicest thing I've ever done for a friend was buy Sasheer a hot dog bun toaster. And she said, I don't want this. And I said, okay. So we left it in a parking structure
No.
to bless somebody else. Somebody pulled their car in and said, boy, my hot dog buns are so cold. Whoa!
Did that really happen?
Okay.
What? The truth came out now.
I guess it did happen.
Yeah.
But so Nicole is a gift giver, and I love that. And I am too. And when she sees something that reminds her of me, she'll get it.
But you love hot dogs. I know.
And
that.
I do love hot dogs.
Yeah.
This is true. I think your aesthetic in your home is like kitschy, you like food stuff. That is not my aesthetic. So sometimes you'll buy me like hot dog goods for the home. And that's not necessarily how I want to decorate my house. And I have kind of a hot dog shrine in my house that's comprised of gifts that Nicole has given me.
So the shrine is from her, basically.
Mostly. Some things have come from other people. It's mostly from Nicole. And, you know, I guess I didn't want to stop this fun, but eventually I was like, I can't keep accepting hot dog gifts from you. This is not a hot dog house. And she showed up one day.
This is not. This house is
This
not.
is not even a hot dog home.
This isn't a hot dog home.
She showed up with this toaster, and
In a parking lot, though.
because we were leaving somewhere.
Did you just buy it? Were you like in a Target parking lot?
I was in a Home Goods and I left it in my car and I said, I'm gonna see my friend soon.
And so we saw each other for a different reason. But she's like, "Oh, before I leave, let me get you this gift that I got you," and it was a toaster where you put hot dogs in one compartment and the bun in another compartment. And I also don't make hot dogs at home, so it's like I actually don't
you like
have
hot dogs? Someone else got to prepare them.
Yeah, if I'm like at a concert,
Nice.
at an event, it's like
After a club on the street.
literally, yeah.
She had one last night.
I had one last
Hot
night.
dogs are the best.
But yeah, I'm not usually making them at my house. So she gave me the toaster, and I was like, I just can't let this slide. I was like, look, I love that you love giving me gifts that remind you of me. I just don't need this toaster. And she goes, well, what am I supposed to do? What do I get you? And I was like, you're my friend. You should know. You're my best friend of like 15 years. You can find, and also, you don't even have to get me a gift.
Yes, I do.
You could, or you could just take a picture and be like, "Ha, this is
That's
a funny
what
thing."
I do now.
Now you do that, and I appreciate that. But yeah, so she, I think got a little miffed. Said, "I'll just leave it here," and I was like, "I could give it to somebody else." She's like, "No,
No,
I'll leave it in the
Wasn't
parking lot."
mad.
Petty.
Wasn't petty. I was like, someone else will just be blessed by this.
Okay, that's nice.
Because somebody found it and somebody said,
I don't want this.
hot dog.
Just toss it.
Hot dog,
Hot dog.
hot diggity dog.
Is it the toaster one that you put the actual wieners and the buns and you push
think
them down?
so.
Simply don't know.
I think it
was.
It was, right?
Yeah.
Which I thought about that. I was like, that's really resourceful. But that grease is just going to melt to the bottom and cause a fire.
And they also need different times.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't just cook the bread's going to burn and the hot dog's going to be undercooked.
Yeah.
And then that's not a nice time.
Nah.
I'm glad you returned this gift.
Thank you.
I wanted to buy you a hot dog food stool.
A stool for my food.
Food
Stool.
I had a really hard time getting that out.
foot
Food stool. You know how Home Goods has those
the
food
cupcake
stools?
Oh,
stools.
yeah.
They have a hot dog one, but it doesn't look right.
Well, then
It's
I'm
not
glad I
long
don't have
enough.
it.
So I didn't buy it.
A short dog.
Thank you.
Wiener dog.
I just love buying stuff for people. It's a nice time.
I do too. I think we had that similar thing when we were just ordering Red Lobster for biscuits.
Biscuits for everybody.
But you are very generous. I think one of the nice things Nicole did for me, because she didn't know that my family and I are Dodger fans, and she got tickets to the Dodger games, and I was like, "Oh my god, you have to go!" I don't want to go to the Dodgers, and I was like, "Oh, do you want to go?" I was like, "Yes." I gave those tickets to me, and my brothers, and we went and had a family time.
That's so fun.
Yeah,
I'm so generous.
yeah, that's what makes you so
But
nice.
I recently went to a Dodgers game. I had never seen
Without
baseball.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Oh.
But I had never seen baseball in person.
That's right, because she had told me that. She was like, "I never seen it. I don't want to go," and I was like, "Okay."
But it was exciting.
It is exciting.
The last 3 minutes were so exciting. I kept screaming, "Fun! I'm fun! This is fun!"
Not the team, not go team, but fun.
Well, because I walked Otani and then another man came and then here's my thing. I don't know why they're trying to hit the balls so far. Hit them bumpy so
No,
people
home
are
run.
like no, because they seem to have trouble
You want to see
catching them.
You see the comic relief in that. Like you see the
They're like tripping.
the physical comedy about
Well,
that.
when it goes up high, the men who are in the back
They could
who
possibly
don't
catch
do
it.
the
anything.
men who are in the back don't do anything.
They're wearing their sunglasses and they're like, got it. But when it's all bumpy, everyone's like,
you came,
And then everyone gets
you
it.
came to see a play, a comedy of errors, if you will, a farce, starring the Dodgers. Like,
I just feel like you have more time to get to the bases when everybody's fumbling. But the men in the back, they're ready.
add an
have
Acme
nothing else to
anvil,
do.
add
They
an Acme
don't.
anvil falling from the sky, and Wile E. Coyote running around, and you got the perfect show for Nicole to watch.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll ask you this, since you love the Dodgers, what's your favorite part of the game?
I like when it feels like all hope is lost and it's like the bottom of like the 6th or 7th and people start getting out of their seats and they're like, no. And then people are like, it's over because the Dodgers aren't ahead. And then at the last minute, which I've been in person at a game when this happens, the energy that happens at like when it's like a movie. It's like, oh my God, we never seen like and then everyone's like clapping. Otani home run makes another world record in front of you. Like it's like when those things happen simultaneously is what I really love because you feel the energy of everybody with the people who believed, stayed,
They're
and the people who are
rewarded.
walking back. Some of them are still trickling. They're like, And they're like, come back. And people start coming back to their seats, but some don't, and they're driving home, and they regret.
Yeah.
They regret not being there because they hear about it through the radio. Like, oh my God, tonight we made history. If you were here, your life changed forever.
My favorite part is the sweepers. They come with big broomy things, and then they're like
dirt.
the dirt sweepers. I love them.
They're fun. I like the runners when the ball goes like foul, and then just have like some like hit like running really quick to get the ball.
Oh yeah, the little ball guys.
Yeah.
They go through so many balls at games. I couldn't believe. I was like, they must bring so many bags and bags of balls.
Their budget for balls is big.
It probably
ball
is
budget.
so
Big
big
ball
ball budget, big ball budget. Well, on that note, I think it's time to end.
Oh, on big balls?
On big balls,
as we always do. Big balls.
big balls. But the sweepers are my favorite part because like they didn't go to school for sweeping.
You don't know that?
You don't know that. They have camps. They have camps for these kids to learn stuff.
Oh wait, those are kids?
Well, some of them are like.
I thought they were adults.
Some of them are adults, but some of them are like it's like an honor, like a flower girl.
Oh. Well, I was like, yeah, like they're living a dream. They love the Dodgers and they get to like hang out in the dugout. There's probably like a separate entrance for them to walk through.
That's cool.
And then they get to sweep and like be on the field. Like, that's cool.
That's cool.
That is
I
cool.
would be a sweeper for
They
a
have
day.
days where you can run the field.
I could, what?
Yeah, they have days of a specific game. They let you. Well, it's mostly for kids, but most of the parents who love the Dodgers will bring their kids and they'll let you run the bases.
Oh, that's fun.
And you run the bases.
With like an audience of people?
Well, the audience comes down and they all get in line to do it.
But is there still people in the
No,
audience?
no.
Oh.
No, what you
You
want
only wanna
to do
do it if
is you
someone's
want to throw
watching you?
you want to
Yes.
throw the first ball at a game. So the
How do I do
audience-
that?
I'm sure you can make it work. It could be like, yeah, you throw the first ball. Have you seen like Mariah Carey do? Yeah, so you could do that. Throw the first ball of a game.
You should.
I want to.
Do it.
I've been to one game.
You're an
And
expert.
You're
You
an
should do
expert.
it.
And I love baseball.
Yeah, you should do it.
Well, Harvey, do you have anything you want to promote?
Just follow me on Instagram and Twitter, just at Harvey Guillén. And and look out for some new projects.
Amazing.
I love that. Harvey, thank you so much for being here.
Yes.
Thanks for having me, friend.
Friends.
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 Fun!
Freeze frame. Da, 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 da.
That was a Headgum podcast.